Weekend Game Plan gets out into the community with Suburban Newspaper sports editor Mark Lidbetter and the Amateur Sports Report.
Hey, Mark, how you doing?
Excellent. Looking forward to seeing a former Lac St. Louis line in the Bell Center with the Habs.
Yes, Jonathan Drouet, former local product. Yeah, speaking of Lac St. Louis, Mark, kind of a tie-in, but it's on the soccer pitch this time.
Yeah, what an event this is. It's the annual Lac St. Louis Outdoor Tournament, and it's going to invade pitches from Lachine out to Doria and all points in between this weekend, because they've got some 206 boys and girls teams from U8 to U16 taking part in this popular annual event. And the Lac St. Louis Regional Soccer Organization, the logistics, the cooperation from all the clubs to pull this off, it's just a fantastic event. The Montreal Impact actually are going to be taking part. They're going to be doing some appearances and clinics through their Impact Academy. So this is going to be great for the kids. And you've got teams from throughout the regions of Quebec, even Ottawa squads come in, because coaches use this tournament sort of as a barometer. We're about maybe a quarter way into the season, and it allows them to see their teams are at, even while they're going for the gold in the tournament.
Over to bursaries, Mark, some good ones handed out here.
Yes, sir. It was the 6th annual edition of the Alcoa Canada Bursaries, done along with the Quebec Foundation for Athletic Excellence. And 22 student athletes got to share in $80,000 of bursaries. Now, there were some local recipients, a couple from Lachine. You had Loic Anton Boucher, who's a kayaker. He was given a $2,000 bursary. And he won silver in the K2 1000 meter event at the Canadian U17 Championships, and gold in the K 1200 meter event at the Quebec U17 Championships. And he studies at the CEGEP Andre Laurando. Also from Lachine, and I figured you'd like this one, Edward Lee, who is a table tennis athlete.
Yeah, that's what I'm talking about.
There you go. He earned a $4,000 bursary, and Lee was golden at the U18 Quebec Championships, and was part of the bronze medal Team Canada that was at the Junior World Challenge in Shanghai, China.
Okay, here's the deal, okay?
Yeah.
Edward Lee, under 18 Quebec Championships.
Yep.
Now, ping pong is not a sport that we would have him in studio to chat about. However, Mark, if you can set this up, I will play Edward Lee downstairs here at the Bell Media Foyer live on the Facebook page. How about that?
I smelled a challenge coming from that one.
Yeah.
Let's see if we can hook that up.
Yeah. Although I will reveal that this morning Dave Trentadue did win a game off of me. We played 3. He folded by halfway through the third game. But the first game, I had back spasms. It hurt me. And Dave, Dave came through in the first game, so I give him full marks. He didn't even have his glasses, so full marks to Dave Trentadue, the improving Dave Trentadue. But Edward Lee, I want you. I'm challenging. I'm calling you out, my friend. And we're playing 690 rules. All right, none of this throwing the ball up in the air. You got to show it. We're playing street rules, brother. So bring it on. All right, you play him. You play him this segment, Mark. You get him in studio.
It's going to be down and dirty ping pong.
That's what I'm talking about. All right. Elsewhere.
Yes, we're going to also move on to some baseball with a tip of the baseball cap to a great friend of baseball, Coach St. Luke's Johnny Elias, who was a member of the Quebec Senior League. He pitched batting practice to the Montreal Royals. He pitched batting practice to the visiting teams for the Expos. But more importantly, through his Grand Slam baseball school, he taught countless youth great techniques and the love of the game. He has been inducted into the Quebec Baseball Hall of Fame finally. A great honor for John that's long overdue.
Yeah, I've met John many times. I've been to his house to see his mini museum, which actually part of it got stolen years ago. He has so many friends, former Expos. He's friends with Andre Dawson and all these guys. And you're right, he was the first batting practice pitcher of the Montreal Expos. So great to see him go into the Quebec Hall of Fame. I know there were several people working on this nomination and trying to get him in for many, many years. And yes, his Grand Slam baseball school used to feature Gary Carter and some former Expos coming there every year. So congratulations to John Elias. Well deserved.
And on the note of that, memorabilia, it's going to become a permanent display at the Côte St. Luc Aquatic Center.
Very nice.
Yes, sir. Now, also, I want to give congratulations to the Laval 440 Pirates of the Ligue de Baseball Junior Ligue du Québec for their sense of community. Last week at their annual Baseball Laval night, when they took on the LaSalle Cardinals, there was no admission charge to the fans, but they were encouraged to donate non-perishable food or money to benefit the Moisson Laval Food Bank. And the end result was 382 kilograms of foodstuffs and $173 was donated to the cause. So, I mean,
very nice.
Great sense of community and helping a great organization in Laval.
382 kilograms of food. That's like a Dave Trentadue and friends outing, right, Dave, on the weekend? That's
easily.
Yeah, that's a lot. That's a lot of food right there. Mark, thank you as always. Really appreciate it. And sports at thesuburban.com if you want to get in touch with Mark for an item for the newspaper or for this weekly segment. Thanks so much, Mark.
All right, guys. Have a great week.
All right. Edward Lee, you're next. It is Weekend Game Plan here on TSN 690. We have Habs breakfast coming up at the top of the hour. It's your Sports Center update with Amanda. Other side, Sean Gordon of the Globe and Mail will give his thoughts on the Habs move with Drouin, and then certainly what comes next. Amanda Stein, who was at that press conference with Drouin and Marc Bergevin, she's here in studio to break it all down as well. That coming up next on Weekend Game Plan.